Trading is not just about numbers, charts, or strategies. The real battlefield lies within the mind. That's where victories are earned, and where most defeats begin. I used to believe that once I discovered the perfect strategy, everything would change. I thought success was hidden in the charts, the indicators, the news. But the day I sat in front of the screen, I realized something shocking. The real fight wasn't on the charts, it was inside me. I still remember my first trade. My heart was racing. My eyes locked onto the screen. Every tick of the chart felt like it was controlling my heartbeat. When the price moved up, I felt unstoppable, like wealth was just moments away. But when it dropped, it was as if someone had punched me in the stomach. That's when I understood. The fear I felt wasn't only about losing money. It was the fear of being wrong. The fear of failure. Mark Douglas said it best. In trading, the winners are those who learn to live with uncertainty. And he was right. The market offers no guarantees. Every time I thought, this is definitely going up, the market humbled me. That's when I learned. Ego has no place here. Trading psychology isn't about blind positivity. It's about discipline. It's about sticking to your plan, even when your emotions scream at you to break it. How many times have I turned a small loss into a big one, just because I whispered to myself, maybe it'll come back, just a little longer. But the market doesn't reward hope. It rewards discipline. And that's the truth. Trading is not a game of chasing profits. It's a test of mastering yourself, your fear, your greed, your impatience. The chart doesn't decide your future. Your mindset does. So each day, don't ask, how much can I make? Ask instead, how well can I follow my plan? Because in the end, it's not the market you conquer. It's yourself. I slowly realized I'd been asking the wrong question. The right question is, how honestly can I follow my strategy today? Because money only comes when habits are right. Most new traders make the same mistake I did, trying to turn every trade into a win. But the truth is, you can't be right every time. Real strength is keeping losses small when you're wrong, and letting profits run when you're right. Easy to say, hard to do, because the mind keeps echoing what we learned as kids. Never lose, always be right. In trading, that mindset is dangerous. The market can drive you crazy. Morning profits can turn into evening losses in the same day. If your mindset isn't strong, you'll start taking revenge trades. I've done it, and almost always lost. Because in those moments, you're not using logic, you're obeying emotion. To strengthen my mindset, I built a habit, journaling after every trade. Not just price and result, but my mood, why I entered, whether I exited according to plan. It feels boring, but it became my mirror. Reading old notes, I could see exactly why I lost. Impatience, greed, overconfidence. The beauty and the fear of trading is the same thing. There is no fixed path. You have to train your own mind, so when the market makes an unexpected move, you don't break. At first, I thought technical analysis, patterns, and indicators were everything. But they're only tools. If the mind using them is unstable, the tools will fail. Now, before I sit at the screen, I ask one question. Am I ready to follow my plan today, no matter what the market does? If the answer is yes, I trade. If not, I shut the screen and walk away. Sometimes, the best trade is no trade. It took me years to learn this. I lost money, spent sleepless nights. But now I know, real trading doesn't happen on the chart. It happens in the mind. The market simply holds up a mirror to our habits, our thinking, our weaknesses. When I accepted that trading is a mental game, another truth became clear. The market is never wrong. Only my expectations are. I used to think I could control the market by reading the chart. But the market always moves on its own terms. It's a river. You must learn to swim in it, or it will carry you away. Notice what happens the moment you open a position. Your mind flips into protect mode. If it's in profit, you fear losing it. If it's in loss, you hope it will reverse. Both thoughts trap you in the hardest snare for a trader: emotional attachment. I once heard Mark Douglas say, "Treat every trade as just another opportunity. Not your last, not your biggest bet." At first, I dismissed it. I thought every trade had to win. But as small losses started to scare me, and big profits robbed me of sleep, I understood he was right. I changed another habit too. I used to keep 10, 12 charts open at once. Now I only watch the charts that fit my strategy. This cut the noise and sharpened my focus. Earlier, every small move in the market would force me to react. Now I stay quiet until the setup I want actually forms. But the real test comes when your strategy fails. That moment is dangerous. The mind instantly says, "Look, the market is against you. Try something new, quickly." And that's exactly where most people get trapped. I've been there too. Switching 3 or 4 different strategies in a single day, just because the last one didn't work. The result? Even more losses. So I gave myself a rule. No matter how bad a strategy looks, I will test it at least 20, 25 times before changing it. Because 1 or 2 trades don't show the full truth. Trading is a game of probability. And to understand probability, you need a large sample size. Another lie I had to break was this: the more you trade, the more you earn. The reality is the opposite. The fewer, more thoughtful trades you take, the fewer mistakes you make. I cut my trading frequency in half. And surprisingly, my profits doubled. Because now, every trade has a clear reason behind it. Not boredom, not FOMO. Another shift in my mindset was this: I started treating every loss as tuition fees. Earlier, a loss would leave me irritated for weeks. I'd blame myself endlessly. Now, if I lose, I just note it down. Where did I go wrong? How can I avoid it next time? This made trading lighter for me. I can step away from a trade and still feel at peace. Because I know losses are part of learning. But the biggest change came when I asked myself honestly, am I trying to understand the market? Or just trying to make money? Because if the only goal is money, you'll want quick rewards. And quick rewards make you rush into mistakes. So I changed my focus. My first goal now is to follow the right process. The money follows naturally. Even today, there are days when everything goes wrong. 3 losing trades in a row. The mind whispers, "Quit. This is not for you." But in those moments, I remind myself, losses and wins are just 2 sides of the same coin. The only difference is, losses are for learning, and wins are for maintaining discipline. And maybe that's what true trading mindset really is. Stop trying to control every movement of the market. The only control you truly need is not repeating your mistakes. Every single day, every single moment, the market will challenge you, and you'll feel you're not ready. But the truth is, no one is ever fully ready. It's only those who keep trading despite their fears that survive and win in the long run. One thing I've learned with time is this: the market only gives you what your mind can handle. If your mindset is to panic and exit after a small profit, the market will never show you big profits. And if your mindset is to double or triple your risk just to save a loss, believe me, that habit will destroy your account. I made that mistake often. The moment I took a loss, I'd immediately double my lot size, trying to recover the same day. And in my head, there was only one voice: I have to win back today's loss, today itself. But the result? Even bigger losses. At that time, I thought I was just unlucky. But the truth was, I wasn't trading with a plan. I was trading with emotions. One day, I sat myself down and asked, am I really taking trading seriously? Or am I just gambling? And the truth stung. I was gambling. Because trading only begins when you have rules, and you follow them consistently. Otherwise, it's just a game of luck. From that day, I set another rule for myself. I will only take trades that match my strategy, no matter how attractive the market looks. At first, it was incredibly hard. Watching charts move on the screen, feeling like I had to jump in. That's the real test of self-control. But slowly, as I started skipping unnecessary trades, I realized something powerful. Losses began shrinking. Profits became more stable. There's another dangerous mindset mistake in trading: overconfidence. After one or two big wins, you feel like you've mastered the market. That's the most dangerous illusion. I've fallen for it many times. After 2 weeks of consistent profits, I'd break my own risk limits, take oversized positions, and in just one day, lose half my account. The ego was so strong, I couldn't even accept that the market had beaten me. And that's when Douglas's words echoed in my head. You don't need to prove anything to the market. You're here to make money, not to protect your ego. That one line changed my perspective. Now, after every profit, I remind myself, it's just a number, not proof of my worth. Gradually, I also realized something deeper. To win in trading, you must make peace with the truth that you will lose. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But it's true. If you try to win every single trade, you'll take every loss personally. And that's how revenge trading traps you. But if you already know that losing 40 out of 100 trades is simply part of the game, then no single loss can shake your mindset. I remember one day, 3 trades back-to-back went into losses. The old me would have gone all in on the 4th trade, doubling my risk, desperate for revenge. But that day, I stopped myself. I shut down the screen, went out for a walk. The next day when I returned, the market gave me my setup again. And this time, I entered calmly and traded with clarity. That's the difference mindset makes. Accepting a day's loss and waiting for the right opportunity to return. Along this journey, I've learned something profound. The real victory in trading comes when your mind stays neutral, whether you're winning or losing. Because if success makes you overjoyed, you'll become careless. And if failure breaks you, you'll lose your discipline. Maintaining that balance, that is the hardest part. Today, when I sit in front of the screen, my focus is only this: did I do exactly what my plan told me to do? If the answer is yes, then no matter the result, I consider myself a winner. I was the second kind. That's when I decided I will control my fear and greed and never let them control my decisions. The hardest part was tracking myself every single day. After every trade, I would write in my diary, why did I take this trade? What was I thinking? What did I feel? At first, this process was painful, but slowly, it deepened my understanding. I started recognizing my own patterns. When do I panic? When do I get greedy? When do I rush into bad decisions? As I understood my behavior, I realized the truth. My hidden fear was my biggest enemy. The fear of losing. This fear pushed me to exit trades too early, even when the trend was strong. Because of this fear, I would often settle for small profits and miss the big ones. Then I saw the other side, greed. When I booked a profit, my mind whispered, hold on, take a little more. This chance won't come again. And many times, This greed led me straight into reversals, turning profits into heavy losses. So one day, I made a strict rule for myself. Before every trade, I would ask, is this decision based on logic or on emotions? If the answer was emotions, I would not take the trade. This wasn't easy, especially when the market moved suddenly and emotions boiled over. But I kept reminding myself, I'm here for the long game, not for quick wins. I can lose, but I must not fear losing. Then came another big lesson. In trading, nothing is more valuable than consistency. I observed something. The traders who take small profits consistently and accept small losses calmly, they are the ones who win big in the end. But those who chase massive gains with massive risks, they burn out quickly. So I shaped my mindset around this truth. Be happy with small daily profits. Avoid big account-destroying losses. I created my rules and followed them with discipline. No trade without a strategy. No risk without a plan. Even when the market went against me, I didn't panic. I learned to accept losses as a natural part of trading. I told myself, if there are no losses, there will be no lessons. And without lessons, there can be no victories. This new mindset transformed me completely. I began to see the market not as a place where my future was at stake, but as a game, a challenge that refreshed itself every day. This stabilized my mind, and I started making better decisions under all conditions. Alongside mindset, I also changed my daily routine. I began meditating before and after trading to keep my mind calm. I started sleeping well, eating healthy, and exercising, keeping my body and brain fresh. These changes had a massive impact on my trading. With a healthy body and mind, I stopped making impulsive, rushed decisions under stress. I developed patience and composure, and that directly improved my results. But the biggest challenge remained. I was fighting myself, fighting my old habits that constantly tried to pull me back. Many times, I felt like giving up, but I didn't. I reminded myself, the real victory comes when you fall and rise again. When you break your fear, your greed, your bad habits, and build yourself stronger. That mental strength is what keeps you alive in the market. Looking back today, I see it clearly. Changing my mindset was my greatest win. The market was only a mirror, reflecting my inner state of mind. If your mindset is strong, the market will teach you, grow you, and bring you closer to success. But if your mindset is weak, no matter how good your strategy is, you will lose. So friends, here's the biggest message of this chapter. The greatest battle in trading is not with the market. It is with your own mind. And winning that battle is what makes you a true trader. Recognize your fear. Understand your greed. Improve your habits. Change your thinking. And make trading not just a way to earn money, but a journey to understand yourself and become better every single day. And when you do this, you will discover that the true strength of the market is already within you, within your mindset. As I moved further on my trading journey, I realized more deeply that success in trading is not just about strategies or technical knowledge. The real victory lies in the mental strength that keeps us going, no matter which way the market moves. In this phase, I often saw myself breaking down, only to rise and rebuild stronger than before. And that became the most challenging, yet the most defining part of my journey. At first, I realized something important. Controlling emotions is an art. An art every trader must learn. Fear, greed, and false hopes. They confuse the mind. Fear makes you exit too early. Greed makes you hold on too long. And both lead to loss. I had made these mistakes myself. When my account dropped, fear forced me to quit. When the market rose, greed pushed me to risk too much. So, I created a rule: never let emotions decide my trades. Every time, I asked myself, is this decision based on logic or emotion? That one question saved me. It gave my mind clarity. It turned my choices rational. But emotions are not easy to control. Markets rise and fall. The mind panics. It pushes you to act in haste. I learned. Mental strength alone is not enough. The body and mind must stay in balance. So, I changed my routine. Morning meditation, good food, proper sleep, daily exercise. A calm mind helped me stick to my trading plan. And I learned, without discipline, no strategy will ever work. Discipline gave me the power to stop myself, to correct myself, to keep moving forward. Every trade became a lesson. Every mistake an opportunity. I began to study myself, my emotions, my habits, and I discovered the truth. Trading success is not about charts. It's a battle inside the mind. The real skill is not reading markets. It's reading yourself. When I recognized my inner barriers, my trading transformed. Confidence grew. Not arrogance, but true belief in my system. Confidence doesn't mean you never lose. It means you don't break when you do. You learn. You grow stronger. I reminded myself every day. Each trade is a new lesson. Each loss, a teacher. Slowly, I built what truly matters. A winning attitude. Not to win every trade, but to trust the process and accept both profit and loss with the same calm heart. That attitude changed everything. I no longer chased. I no longer panicked. My mind was steady. My results improved. And I realized, the true victory is not profit. The true victory is mental stability. Because when you control your mind, the market can never control you. Now, I no longer fear losses. I embrace them as lessons. I treasure my profits, but I don't let them control me. I discovered, success is not just about money. It's about becoming a better person every single day. I began challenging my weaknesses, pushing myself to grow. I built a winning attitude. An attitude that sees loss and gain the same, that walks with patience, that stands firm with discipline. This attitude gave me strength. Strength to stay calm, no matter how tough the market became. I started seeing the market as a game. I followed my strategy. Not my fear, not my greed. Clarity came. My decisions improved. But none of this was easy. I worked hard. I tracked myself. I learned from mistakes. Sometimes, I stepped back, took small breaks, recharged, so I could return stronger. Alongside trading, I rebuilt my lifestyle too. Sleep, food, exercise, meditation. Each habit kept me steady, calm, and focused. The biggest shift came when I learned to listen. Listen to the small voices inside. The whisper of fear, the pull of greed, the temptation to break discipline. When those voices rose, I paused. I breathed. And then I chose wisely. That practice became my greatest strength. This journey taught me the real battle of trading is not outside in the market. It is inside, within our own mind. True victory is not profit. True victory is inner stability. Yes, I fell many times, but I always stood up again. And that became my greatest win. The strength to never give up. This victory reflected not just in my trading, but in my life. So, my friends, remember this. The true key to success is the victory of your mind. To know yourself, to accept yourself, and to improve every single day. The journey never ends. But that is what makes it beautiful. Each day is a chance to defeat your fears, to strengthen your discipline, to become the person who can face any challenge. In the end, the truth is simple. Your victory is inside you. The market is only a mirror. When you win your mind, you can win any battle in the world. So trust yourself. Stay disciplined. Move forward with patience. Because your story of success is really the story of your mindset. Please like my video and subscribe my channel and press bell icon for future videos notifications.